How you guys and girls doing today? The Finance Man here. On this channel, we talk about everything from crypto to real estate to stocks, you name it. In this video, we are talking about Forever BNB, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of news to cover. We're going to talk about everything that went down within these past 48 hours, and at the very end of the video, we're actually halfway through, we're going to be listening into the live chat that I joined. As you can see right here, Forever BNB just tweeted this out 7 minutes ago, that they had a video chat, and I joined that, and I was listening in on a lot of the talk that one of these secondary developers was talking about, us explaining what happened today, explaining the project and things like that, the beginnings of it and the futures of it, and things like that. But before I get into that, if you enjoy this kind of content, please make sure to do me a favor and smash those buttons down below, like that like and that sub button, because it gets the channel out to those who need to see it. But with that being said, y'all, let's get right into it. And first things first, let's go ahead and check the price. All right, y'all, here we go. So as right now, we are still at 8 zeros, but we are at 1.4. So you can see that we definitely dropped today. But we're going to take a look at why in a second, but let's just take a look. So we started off the 23rd. So that was yesterday morning. You know, we were hovering around this point right here, the 0.2s. We skyrocketed up a little bit and almost hit 0.3. We came down just a little bit like that within the evening time as it was going up. Right around 5 or 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we hit an all new high of 0.803316, which is absolutely insane. So we were, you know, way beyond that $2 million market cap. We're at 1.2 right now, but we're probably around, I'd say 2.7 or 2.8, almost 3 million market cap there. And then as you can see, you know, we were even for a little bit and then we shot down, we came back up, and this is what was going down today. So as we can see today, we shot back up a little bit. It was, you know, around the 0.803 mark. We were just hovering, going back and forth, consolidated, and then we see a huge drop. And then everyone was like, what's going on? You know, what's happening? Where's this drop coming from? And like we said, we saw it come back up a little bit. It shot right back down, and now it's on an uptrend again, and we're going to be getting back to that baseline pretty soon. But let me explain why we got that drop. So we go on over here, y'all, to sellers, and we have a couple of people that sold, but take a look at this. 46,800, 23,000, another 23, and then 15, 14, and then a whole bunch of 10,000s right here, y'all. So let me explain what happened, and you'll hear this on the live call. Don't worry, it goes through everything. But according to, I'm just going to call him the secondary developer because he said the primary developer wasn't there. According to the secondary developer, what happened is we did get a whole bunch of whales that sold, right, which is fine. But then he said that the main developer himself sold. So what happened was he said that as a secondary developer, he was trying to explain to the primary that there wasn't enough liquidity in the market. He said that when he told him that, there was a huge misunderstanding and a misinterpretation. The developer, the primary developer of the project, is not from the United States. I think he said, don't want to mess up where he's from, but I believe he said that the primary developer is from Indonesia. And he said that, you know, he misunderstood what he was saying, and he thought that he was telling him to sell. So that's what the primary developer did. The primary developer sold $46,000 and then immediately put it back into the liquidity pool. So that's why you saw that huge dip right there. So y'all, we've got a couple things to talk about before we go ahead and get you over to the live chat part of the video. And one of the things that people were talking about, and another reason why the price had dropped, is because there was like a lot of confusion and not so much clarity as to what was going on with the project. After it dipped like that, people were wondering what was going on, you know, what's happening, where the developers and stuff like that, you know, where's the clarity, who's explaining stuff. And on top of that, people weren't getting the reflections in BUSD. So for those who are commenting on my previous video saying that you hadn't gotten BNB for over, or BUSD, excuse me, for over a couple of hours, you were 110% right. What happened is they had stopped giving away BUSD, and then once again, when they had mentioned that in the chat, everybody was wondering what's going on, you know, why they giving away, you know, or it's not giving away BUSD, you know, why is the price dropping and things like that. And that's when they went on that live chat, and what happened is he said once again, when they were selling, when people were selling, the whales and the developer himself, it took a double hit in terms of price. So not only did you sell, but you also sold twice, essentially, because you're getting your money that you put into it and you're getting money back for the BUSD. So they said they had frozen that so that way that would stop happening. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I was essentially thinking the same thing. And once again, this is explained in the live. You're thinking, oh wait, but that's not fair, because, you know, if you got in early, you deserve to reap the benefits of the money that you invested, right? Why are you going to freeze it for everybody else, or just freeze it for everyone in general if you were getting good benefits from it? And they explained that. They explained that what's happening right now, and they're also doing a revamp of the system. So let me pull this picture up right here. As you can see, this was part of the chat, what was going on right now when everybody was talking about, you know, oh my goodness, what's going on? Why'd y'all pause the BUSD reflections? You know, why is the price dropping like that? that what's happening, where's the communication. And this guy had said, you know, you're making a mistake changing your tokenomics right now. This person that, you know, tweeted out or, you know, said on the Telegram, explained, we've already gone through this, I'm not going to read it, but you know how it's broken up and things like that. And this guy Atlas right here pretty much summed it up. He said, but if my understanding is correct, that should mean that they're really nice payouts for those who are still holding. So yes, even though they did freeze, according to the secondary developer on the live chat, he said that the reason why they froze is because of that lack of liquidity. And then once it ramps back up, they will, everyone that was holding right now will be getting a bigger payout than normal because they were holding and they weren't getting that already. Another thing that they're doing is that they're revamping the system. And right now they said that the slippage issue is fixed, but it's around 33%. Normally what's going to happen is that it's going to be around 24%. And the reason why it's going to be 24% is because whenever you sell, that 24% is going to be going back into the market. So that way the 24% is going to be going towards us holding the coin itself. So that way we're actually getting 24% in BUSD. We've even got the guy right here, which his name is ABX. So I'm just going to call him ABX. This is the person who did the live chat and was speaking for the primary developer. He has said that the sell tax will be reduced soon, and that the rewards wallet is loaded up to give you all heavy rewards. He also stated that they were going to be doing a community vote and that right now is the best time to buy. He said that we can either burn the tokens or give them as rewards, and they were going to let the community decide on what they wanted to do. So y'all, let's just talk about this for a quick minute or two before we actually get to the live chat side of the video. So the main reason that we're seeing those dips and the main reason you see that price tank today is for those two reasons. Number one, it was because the actual creator of the token, the main developer himself, had sold and people were wondering what was going on. And number two, it was a combination of the whales, the developer, and the lack of BUSD being distributed out to the holders. So everybody was just in like this panic mode when everyone's trying to ask questions and their questions aren't being answered. People are wondering, and I'm just going to say this and then we'll go to the live chat session. When it comes to this coin or any other coin, one of the biggest things, and I told y'all I was going to be transparent with y'all when it came to this channel, one of the biggest things is communication. What you're going to hear on that live chat, and this was asked several times by several people, is they need a plan in place and they also need more communication. Maybe someone who's actually in the Telegram 24/7 to answer questions, because a lot of people are having these questions and they're not being answered. And a lot of people feel like, oh, wait a minute, why does it seem that like if I ask too many questions in the Telegram, I'm viewed as like, you know, someone who's trying to spread FUD? Or how come it's that like I have to go search for these answers, or I have to discover these answers on my own, randomly scrolling, instead of like being told this by the developers or the co-developers of the project? So one of the things that I really feel like, and let me know down in the comments below what you think, I really feel like the communication is key, especially when it comes to a brand new project like this. This project, once again, like I've said in my previous videos, has tons and tons of potential. And, you know, I'm not really worried about this dip at all. And after listening to that live, you know, it breaks it down and it makes it a lot more understandable. But just like me and anyone else, you know, there has to be a point where the communication needs to become apparent and clear so people understand, because this is people's money that, you know, we're handling here. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of the live, and if you enjoyed this video, like I said, smash those buttons, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Finance Man out of here.
Dev, that what the main dev gone, what's going on? So who the project in charge? Who in charge of the project right now?
So basically, I'll tell you the story about this project. Now, this is what will be, you know, it'll give everybody, all the holders, everyone, a chance to understand what is actually going on, what's the story behind the project, how it all started, everything. You understand?
Yeah, let's do that.
So obviously, this dev, he's talked to me. He said, "Look, man, I'm gonna make project. It's gonna be BUSD rewards, la di da di da." He said, "Look, this is what it's gonna be." And he said, "Look, I'm calling it Forever BNB." You understand?
Yeah.
And I said, "All right, sounds like a good plan." Then he told me his vision. He gives a look. It's gonna be a token which pays the holders in the BUSD rewards. And he said, "Look, BUSD reward is gonna be good for everyone." You know what I mean? And he explained to me that the vision was even if you're having in the bear market of the whole crypto, right? If you are holding FBNB, then the whole vision was to basically have the rewards which you get paid out as your main sort of, it's like your backup plan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. I do understand.
So there's like, for example, say if you was investing in say we could say SafeMoon, for example.
Yeah, safe moon, say yeah. So
Now,
safe
say
moon.
if you put one BNB into SafeMoon today, and then the market started falling down heavily after a couple of weeks. Now, this BNB that you might have invested would have probably gone up first, to maybe
Yeah,
1.5, maybe 2 BNB, maybe 3 BNB.
yeah,
Now, after the whales, etc., whoever wants to take their profits and the market starts to fall down and it comes back down, then obviously, you're back down to either you're not at the all-time high that your portfolio was. You understand?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So you will be getting some safe moon back as little dividend, to say, oh yes, you've been holding, so you can have some extra safe moon. So it looks like you have more safe moon now. With our concept, it was so that you holders can get some BUSD rewards, which will enable your holding of the project to get that as a dividend, as being like a stockholder, for example.
Yeah, that's for holding and stuff like that. Because when people buy, it's percentage that come in and they take 70%,
Exactly.
and when they sell it,
Now
it's
this
15.
tax is always converted to BUSD, which is
Yeah,
being distributed to the holders accordingly to their percentage of holdings.
yeah,
So, you know, the reward system was working fine, the rebate system was working fine. We did all the testing and everything, and everything looked great with me. So I was happy to start pushing the project forward. And I said to him, look, because I was one of the first people to get in. So I said to him, look, I'm on top holder. I got a couple of my friends on. I said, look, there's this project. We can get in early. I know the dev, this, that. He's spoken to me. We've seen the vision, and let's take it on board. You know.
yeah.
So now with a couple of the people that I did initially bring on board, they are still around, and of course they have trust in me. Because
Yeah.
they have seen me before. They've seen what sort of work I do, and
Mm.
that's the plan. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not the sort of person to give up or anything.
All right, guess what? We have a few frauds we need to clear up a little bit. Let's say like when the dev was selling, he turned off the rewards, so he wasn't paying no rewards on his sell. It's true, or that's false, or you don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So now the basic, this was happened. You know the dev is not a native English speaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the dev is basically, I was having a conversation with him today and yesterday as well, and I was trying to explain some things to him, but I think that the way that I was explaining to him, he maybe did not. He maybe so basically there was some sort of miscommunication. You can say. You understand?
Yeah.
So because it's not his first language, he ended up getting miscommunication. Now this miscommunication is what has ended up causing the issues of today.
Oh, okay.
The
So you have a
miscommunication was
miscommunication.
that he thought I said to him to sell everything that he holds because he's a whale. I didn't mean that for him. I'm saying that there was basically whales that can have a big impact on the pricing of the seller. So because the liquidity of the pool with the FBNB was running low, so I tried to explain to him that we need to add more FBNB to the liquidity pool.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah, yeah, I
He
understand. Yeah.
thought I meant for him to sell all his holding to add to the liquidity pool, which I didn't want to mean. So
Oh,
after he did this, he said to
okay.
me, "Oh, I added more liquidity pool to the liquidity pool." I said, "What did you mean? You know?" He said, "Oh
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
told me
It's a
yesterday, send my
okay.
token, and
It's
I
a
can, you will."
miscommunication. It's a
Yeah,
miscommunication. Oh, so
yeah.
you're not
So
doing
dev
so you're
now,
not
so
doing
the
too much
dev,
with the project then.
the dev is now upset because he's lost all his token that he had. But uh, there's nothing really we can do about this now because that's his own fault,
Or he lost all his stuff
realistically.
because he sell all of them. But he got the money if he sold
Yes.
all of them, or he put it on the equality pool.
Yeah, he's basically added I think 50-40% to the liquidity pool, and then some went into the contract for the reward system. So basically, he's kind of scratching his head now because he think he's made a mistake now. You understand?
Oh, he screw up. Oh, I
He's
understand.
screwed big time. And I
Big
said to
time.
him, "Don't worry, leave with me, and I can make everything back to normal."
Yeah, actually, what we gotta do as a dev is he got to come there and speak, and we will come together and build something to make sure he sorted. You know what I'm saying? We are
Yeah,
communicating together.
yeah, exactly.
So if
And
if he making a mistake, and that's what he did to get the project, whatever it is, and
yeah,
if he not cheating the project, everybody will come together and put something on the pot for him. Automatically,
exactly. I said to him,
he
listen, don't worry, because in the end of the day, you are the main project owner. So by being the main project owner, you know, he's still in control in a way. I said to him, because I said one thing to him which I didn't like. I said to him, just renounce the ownership of the contract.
yeah.
He said he can't do this. He said in case in the future he wants to do any changes or try to make any because if in case in the future, if say for example, if the liquidity to market cap proportion or anything like this is insufficient, or the contract starts overselling or anything like this, he needs to be in control.
Yeah,
So
it makes
in that
sense.
kind of concept, I
Mhm.
understand what he's saying, but
Yeah,
in a way, I am trying to make the dev to try to do the transfer of ownership to me if he doesn't want to do the renounce.
they were not. Okay, so guess what? What can we try to get him in here? Let everybody hear him out and stuff like that. That will actually give the project a better backbone. What you think about that?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, the dev's not around right now. I think he's from Indonesia or Philippines.
Okay.
Hey, I
So,
think what's important here is to get some clarity on the reflections. Can you guys speak to what's going on? There's so much conversation about reflections, no reflections, the percentages. What's happening?
So the reason for the reflections to have stopped is the reason because the contract would be selling the tokens which is holding inside the contract, right? So, for example, now the token will sell some tokens. What will this do to the chart? It will make a red chart. You understand?
hmm
Even though the holders will be getting paid. For example, say if one whale did a sell for like this to get out, then the contract will also sell with him. Do you understand?
hmm
So that will be like a double sell. This will
oh,
look very scary for our holder that are still trying to push this through. Do you understand?
hmm
Because we are still trying to push this. We're still trying to revive this. We are not giving up.
oh,
So if the rewards was going to be distributed at such a low price, do you think this would be equal on our holders?
no,
It will not.
no.
This will not be equal. Now, this 40 trillion token, which is inside the dev wallet for a contract wallet for the devs to be able to give the rewards from the system. Now, say that this is what the current price is. We are around maybe less than 3x from the all-time high, right?
hmm
So this token would be worth at least 3 times more than what is right now. You understand?
So, so actually, we could we,
But
we could
but
we could
with
actually
the
do a
pushing
moonshot
of
then.
this, huh?
So we could do a moonshot.
So if if the contract was selling the to give the rewards, this would make the chart go even more down. Do you understand?
hmm
So we will be even lower than where we are. This is not the long-term sustainability for the project. The project will be sustained if we give the rewards in small, short portions. You understand?
Yeah.
Because
So,
if
what are
we
you
give,
guys looking at to do in the future then? If you're not giving out the BUSD rewards,
no, we
why
are, we
not
are,
burn?
we are, we are going to reactivate this within the next 24, 48 hours. Now I'm trying to
Okay.
get the contract ownership transfer to me. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
If I can get the contract ownership transferred over to me, then I think personally, I think we will more likely be like, I think the community probably will have more of a like that a sort of peace of mind that they call it.
All right. So
Because everyone has seen how much work I put in for the project. They've seen how much time I've been always around. You know what I mean? I'm always working. I've been pushing. Everything I've said, I've made sure that we'll pull through. You know. So in that essence, I want to sort of get the community's trust by getting the transfer of contract ownership to me.
So let's clarify some stuff again. So you say that the dev wallet that was selling it, it he like it happening because of miscommunication, but
Yeah.
the funds, some of them are to the liquidity pool, but because the miscommunication are happening, and so how can we get that project back where we were, or can we actually do a moonshot? Would that possible to make
Yeah,
with
we can
everybody else?
definitely great. Now, do you understand? Some of these sellers who were selling, they did sell for like maybe some made profits, maybe some made loss. You know.
Yeah.
Now, the people who made loss, we are very sorry for them, but we didn't mean for them to be like this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to appreciate every single person that's sticking through this and holding.
Yeah, because the thing is, I would say like
They
I'm
are the people who have managed to keep this healthy. You understand me?
yeah.
If it wasn't for the people who currently still holding, then we wouldn't be where we are right now. Now, this is the reason why I appreciate every single holder. And this is the reason why I cannot stop working for this project. You understand? This is the reason why I'm going to make sure that this project takes the over. This is the reason that this will not be able to die. I'm always going to be here for this.
Listen, I'm really happy that you come through. You clear up some stuff, and honestly, the project was having a great momentum and stuff like that. And I hope the dev could actually find a way to clear up some stuff. And if you come through, and you could have a talk and find out how he could go back on the system, try to make who holding smiling, and who actually sold for more back end. And it was a misunderstood and on the contract or like on the dev behalf, and he didn't do it to harm the project, nothing like that. It was a misunderstood. So, and I think the people in that staying will be smiling next couple hours, maybe next 48 hours, because I think it will be a moonshot soon, right?
Yeah, man, I had to put because I put around 30 BNB into the KuCoin advertisement platform.
Mm-hmm.
So there is sufficient for the ads, everything. We have enough sufficient. The dev has been all right with this in this essence. He said to me, look, anything you need, you just tell me. There's not
Yeah,
any
just
issues.
just just make him feel comfortable because we need him right now. So tell him
We do.
whatever it is, and as
We
a person
do.
that have a lot of investment on this project, whatever it is we could do to help
I got
him
a
to
I got
just
another question
to
for you.
do it. Understand?
Got
Yeah.
another
Go ahead.
question for you. I've been seeing some talk of restructuring for the reward distribution.
Yeah, so this is basically we are thinking of making sure that we can get a better reward distribution system in place.
Is 2% what you guys were looking at for the BUSD rewards? Is kind of what I'm hearing. I'm just trying to get an idea of
No, the
what you're looking
BUSD
at based on
rewards
this
will
project.
be 12%.
How much? 12%?
12%, correct.
It's going up.
And what would it be going to the dev wallet at that point? Or
So
what
the
would be
dev
the
will only
redistribution?
so the tax for this will be 12% for rewards, 3% for liquidity pool, 1% for marketing.
So let's clear
And
some
the
stuff.
12% will be higher because you're going to do a higher tax, right? So that's going to reward the holders.
No, we are reducing the dev fund fees to
So what's
zero.
the tax going to be on the cells? Because obviously we need to fund the 12% somehow.
Ah, yes, the sell tax for the sell tax, you will have a 24% BUSD rewards, and so basically will be basically double your buy tax.
Gotcha. So the hold is 12%, and when you sell it is 24. So that 24% will help fund the holders.
That's
Correct.
correct. That's
Okay.
Yeah, that
to
makes
help
sense.
a reward
That
the holders. Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds
makes
good.
sense.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I have a question as well.
Sure.
So when did you say that the developer will be able to speak to us? I know you said that he lives somewhere different right now, but when would he be able to come in and say something?
I think it's around. It's very early in where he is right now. He may be sleeping, but I will try to arrange something for you.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks. Does he normally join these calls?
He's not an English speaker, but I think he's more of a typer.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't know if you answered this already, but like I bought in with
Yeah.
152 billion FBNB, right? Like 3 days ago, but I just checked my wallet and I'm losing about
It's called a
12.
rebase. It's a rebase function.
Okay, so like how does that work? Like what's happening with that?
So I mean, we have some explanations in the chat. It's just basically reducing the total supply, and it will reduce the same amount of supply from each holder. You will you will stay with the current amount of the same value of the tokens as well, and the same percentage of holdings. The only thing is that the reduction of the supply is taking place, not anything else. The value is still the same, etc., etc.
Thank you.
One more question here. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for the restructuring of these rewards to be implemented, what is happening with the current rewards for the BUSD that is not being reflected to people? Is that being held? Where is that going at the moment?
There is non-BSD there for the right now. The contract has basically 44 trillion tokens, which we will reactivate for the
For
function of
for a moonshot.
paying the
So
holders.
I think everybody will got everybody will got rewards when a moonshot happening.
That's correct, yeah. So as
Yeah.
we start going back up again, then this will be when the rewards start to take their actions again.
What?
Well, does that mean the sell tax is going to be adjusted? Because part of the sell tax is supposed to be for buying BUSD with the contract, correct?
Yeah, so I mean, the sell tax will be the same right now. Everything will be the same. The only thing which has happened is that basically the swap function for the contract to give the rewards has been paused so that the rewards that we give out are not low. They're not at a low price. You understand?
Yes.
We did this before, when the at the beginning of the project, when the rewards was selling, basically it was selling a large portion. I think it was around 10 trillion tokens at once, and this was basically having a big impact on the chart. So you would see all these red candles. Now what we are doing is removing.
Do we have a timeline as far as when these changes could be implemented, as far as these new numbers, as far as the redistribution, or are we just
Should
kind
be
of just up in
released
the
in
air
the next
until?
48 hours. As
Okay,
soon as the volume kicks back in, that's it, man. Just consider it sorted.
gotcha. I'm holding till then. Let's see it happen. Let's do it. I've got faith in this project. I'm sure a lot of people here have faith. Otherwise, they wouldn't be listening. And everybody here
Yeah.
is just concerned. We just wanted some answers. I'm glad you had this space for us. Anybody else, if you have questions, please ask them now. Let's hear it. Everyone. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Let's go.
Yeah, we will answer everything.
I have. Mm, what's going to happen to the 44 trillion tokens that the contract is holding? Anyone hear me?
I don't think he understand what you're saying. Can you say it clearly? I don't think he understand you because I didn't hear what you're saying either.
We are not receiving any words currently, right? So what's going to happen to the tokens that the contract has been collecting from the taxes since we stopped receiving rewards?
All right, like you said earlier, right? Is a mistake that happened in between the dev and him when they had a conversation, right? So what's going to happen and soon everything comes down and everything and it will be like a moonshot, like the the contract all like all the funds on the contract. If you look on the charts, it's about 40 trillion. It's about 40 trillion 40 trillion token in like in a wallet. It was to sell it at distribution, so actually it will be a moonshot. Then then the then the USB will be start distributed to everybody again. It was misunderstood, so it was off. It will start distributing to everybody. So most everybody that holding in that big bag, you will see the big reflections.
Okay, so let me get it right. So we are going to receive all the rewards that we've been missing since afternoon today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you.
I do have one more question. Any idea why or how the dev was able to sell with that 0% tax, and why not still leave the tax in? This to show faith in the project. I mean,
It
this
was
he
how the
should.
contract was created. When the contract was created, it says that the debt will be tax free. So this is the reason why he had no tax.
Kind of figured. Just wanted to kind of hear that as well. Just make sure that that was the case and wasn't a different answer. But I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Was that in the white paper?
Yeah, I mean, it's not in the. I don't think it's in the white paper, but I mean, it's normal general common sense, to be honest.
So nobody knew.
Well, they should have known, to be honest with you, because
It's
the contract
kind
it
of
says
expected
clearly.
because it's the dev wallet.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's clearly stated in the contract as well that if owner, there is no tax. So I think that's just the common sense of the projects. I mean, most of these projects don't have any owner tax, so the owner will not have tax. It's to make so just in case they need to do any certain functions. I think that's the reason why there's no tax in place. So it wasn't really for him to sell, but it is what it is now. He's done it what he has done. So we're gonna just move forward without him, I guess. He has asked me to maybe, you know, see how things go, but I did tell him if he wants, then you can just also just buy another bag realistically.
Well, if he took
Me personally, on the personal
personal
side, I think
funds
he
out of
definitely
it,
should.
then he should buy back in again to show faith on the project.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yes.
that's what I said to him. I said, look, you should just buy back the same token which you sold. And he said, I think he said he doesn't want to get dumped on. So I said to him, well, then this is your own loss because I've already got CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap on the way. And
Yeah, when are those
realistically,
getting
lower goes.
announced?
Well, CoinMarketCap was applied for today. CoinGecko has been done a couple of days ago. We have checked CoinGecko on Twitter, sent them also an email on their email address. So just waiting for little information from them. As soon as we get an update, they've not replied to us with any information saying that, oh, you're not qualified or this is the reason why we're not listing you. So fingers crossed, we should be there within short space of time. Hopefully, we just need to most likely make the chat look a bit healthy because the last thing we want is them looking at our project and thinking, yo, you know,
But
Dev
I
just
think
sold
you need.
all of his
I think
holdings.
you need to. I think we can need to talk to the dev because if the dev on the project and more people will be all over, he have to re-announce the contract or something like that. And I'm saying, oh, you have to deal with him or something. Because
You know,
I mean,
a bunch of people have joined since we got on board. Maybe you can explain again why it was important that you guys turned off the reflections for 24 hours.
so this was done to prevent the rewards being distributed at a low price of the tokens. So this would result in our holders who are holding this token to be paid out in basically less rewards, So I don't think this would be fair on our holders because we were really doing well before the whales and stuff, and the mistake happened. So I personally think that this is what is the best for the project, and the rewards will be activated within a short period of time. And after once they are reactivated, you will be able to take things to the next level.
I think you need to state a time they will be reactivated rather than.
Yeah, and who controls that? Who
They
controls
they
trying to get
will.
back on?
The dev has a control of the contract, so this is why I'm trying to get the contract ownership transferred from the dev to me, which will be able to allow me to be able to do whatever it is, because then I will be able to re-enable them and I will have them on at the rate which will not have an impact onto the chart.
yeah, yeah, and I think what you need to do, to be honest, I think you need to have a maybe have a proper chat with the dev and make him know you have a lot of people here that actually believing in him. It's a mistake that make, and we believe the mistake will be correct. The mistake will be correct and everything, and we trust him. So it's a mistake that making and stuff like that because we have a lot of people actually like have a lot of investments on this project. So the mistake happened, and we can't go back where it is. There's only thing we could do move forward, and all you have to do on your behalf, and he misunderstood what you say. You have actually to stand up on your ground and say, listen, what I said to you, you misunderstood it. And I could say, I could blame myself, but since I'm blaming you, blame me, we're not moving forward. So you have to understand as a big man, tell him what it is and make him feel comfortable. And we won't move forward with this project, try to get him back on board. You know what I'm saying?
So
Did that make sense?
yeah,
So I think because with now you got people with now that believe in you know what I'm saying? It's not about try to get your head up and stuff like that. Sometimes you have to take a punch to understand to stand up on your foot. So you have to go there, admit whatever to him, whatever it is, see my back with him and everything, find out what's going on, fix what need to be fixed, you know what I'm saying? Because with now you got people that believe in you, that invest in you, that trust in you with now, you know what I'm saying? So it's a miscommunication, like you say, English is not his first language and stuff like that. So you have to actually bear with him. You know what I'm saying? So find a way how you can help each other look because it's how things go because it should be a way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There should be a way. So, and I know more people tomorrow when it's some forest and stuff. People forest around the place a little bit. So you need to spoke to him, find out the time, get him back, and try to find out for him to have a chat with everybody. Have a like I'll chat again maybe tomorrow, maybe next couple hours, make everybody know what's going on and stuff like that. And so the project can move forward, everybody can be happy again. You know what I'm saying?